last week against Playford. West Adelaide not so fortunate last Friday night against Adelaide Comets. But both sides with a similar run of patchy form and desperate to pick up points this afternoon. Simon Jimenez is going to be joined by Theo Milonis on the call. Join us a couple of minutes from kickoff as we go through the team lineups. The countdown is on to 3 p.m. kickoff at Kilburn Sportsplex. West Adelaide taking on Croydon. Both teams with a mixed bag of results in recent weeks, so desperate to pick up 3 points this afternoon. Simon Jimenez going to be joined by Theo Milonis on the call this afternoon. Join us a couple of minutes before kickoff as we go through the starting lineups.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Come on! Wait up!
Is everyone ready to play?
I think the people involved, you get to meet a lot of people in football, and that's just one of the great things. Not only is the sport great, but the people involved. So fellow referees, players, coaches, even fans. I love officiating because it keeps me involved in football. I was a player, but I don't reckon I could cut it out there anymore, at least at any decent level. But as a referee, I get to be involved in high levels of football. Keeps me involved, keeps me fit, and is great fun. I think I have a moment of this is why I do this every week. It's always good fun to get out there, and there are tough moments, but being resilient and succeeding, even just in the little things throughout a match. I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn, and as a referee you'll surely come across a lot of them, and I certainly have. I reckon give it a go. You will face challenges, but that's a part of it, and I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings, Tom Wren for sport, Jade Robran on the scene as it happens, Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide, Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Welcome to round 15 of the RAA National Premier League South Australia. This afternoon, it's West Adelaide and Croydon. Before we talk more about the match that we all came to see, a quick look at the table for more before commencement of round 15. I think I'm struggling with my words already. With the table, West Torrens Bacalla lead, just 1 point above Metro Stars in second and Adelaide City in third. Playford have hit a rough patch as of late, but hold on to fourth. But places 5 to 7 is where things start getting interesting. FK Beergrad on 21 points with Croydon in 6th on 20, as are Adelaide United, but their goal difference sees them sit just outside finals places. So for Croydon today, 3 points will help them in their battle to end the round in the top 6. West Adelaide are down the ladder, but only 4 points behind Croydon. A positive run at this point of the season will help West Adelaide join the top 6 race, but failing to secure points will see them slip toward the relegation zone. 3 other games kick off at the same time today, so this ladder will shift before our eyes. We'll keep you up to date with the live ladder and the other results as we get our updates, but for now, we'll talk more about these 2 starting lineups. 2 changes made for West Adelaide by head coach Ben Cockerell. Following last week's loss to Adelaide Comets away last Friday night, they conceded too many despite the fight back. They felt short. In come Dion Kirk and Ali Murati. Out come Alex Simopoulos and James Odenwalder. And for Croydon, just 1 change made by George DeSonis, forced that change after a big win last week against Playford at home. Despite conceding an early pen, they managed to pick up a convincing win and showed a brilliant performance. Passia John finds himself suspended, so he's in the crowd today. And Oliver Trimboli will come in his place. Our officials today are Jaden Betterman, Thomas Temby, Damon Davis. It's Simon Jimenez and Theo Marlonis keeping you company for the call today. How's it going?
Oh, good. It's every time I get introduced at this ground, it's always the same song. So I reckon it's always at the same moment. So your timing is spot on, mate.
Yeah, you can set a watch to Opus's Life is Life, or whatever it's called here. I've started to memorise the playlist, so
yes,
it's nice to have consistency, but and it's always blaring through the speakers here at Coolburn Sportsplex as well. So a suitable rev-up song, I think.
Yeah.
Now,
Look, after West last week, sorry, I just intercepted there. We had the Westies game at Comets, and the Westies were a little bit. The first 10 minutes they were really good against Comets, and they just let Comets in. They scored a goal, and then they just held backs to the wall, and then they really couldn't get into rhythm. Riley got injured early. Diego wasn't playing. They're back at Kilburn. They want to make sure the wrongs are right of last week, and they want to try and get 3 points, I think, today.
Yeah, that seems to be the story of the whole season, really, just struggling to find that consistency. And, I mean, the team that they're playing, you were at West Adelaide last week, and I was at Regency Park watching Croydon play at home last week against Playford. Playford probably looked better in the initial parts of the game, but by the end, Croydon really ran over the top of them and had Playford rattled. That may be more to do with Playford's recent form, the fact that they haven't gotten a win in the last 6 rounds, but Croydon would have finished that game with a fair bit of confidence, but it doesn't change the overall story for these 2 teams, just a bit of patchy run of form. So 3 points is so critical for both of them this week.
Yeah, look, Westies really do need these 3 points. They're at home. We're not going to talk about any battles at the moment, but a good 3 points at home. I think they want a performance. Kirky's come back in very solid last year as a centre back. Probably got his injury out of the way and he's ready to go. And yeah, look, Marati's quality. Croydon have got real quality. It should be an absolute cracker game. I cannot wait.
Curious to see, well, we mentioned before we came on air actually how both of these teams are going to just have to shift tacks a little bit on the Croydon side, just the 1 change, but it's Passia John who's wrapping up that right-hand side. He comes out, Oliver Trimboli comes in, bit of a different profile of player, and it's rare that we have the Trimboli pairing on at the same time. So that's our change for Croydon. Talk a little bit about those changes for West Adelaide and how they may have to adjust.
Yeah, look, I think they will stick to their same structure. I think Riley and Maxim up front, and they'll go their 4-4-2. I think Murati will probably play on the left-hand side. Luca Dabs on the right, Banjak and Kirky as centre-backs. And from Fabrizio as a 6. He was a centre back last week. So some minor changes, but yeah, going back to Trimmers, both Trimmers boys, I actually saw them speaking to them at the fundraiser game with Mr. Keiko, and I said to them, if you guys are in the same starting lineup together, how do you work out who starts at 9 and who starts at 10? So I said, do you do rock, paper, scissors or a penalty shootout before the game? And they said, no, the coach tells us.
George Lasonis isn't quite giving him that much free agency to choose between themselves.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what they do today, because Passy John is an out-and-out winger. Luke is more of a 9/10, but yeah, we see. It seems like Ollie's playing out the right today. So let's see what happens.
Just quickly on that charity match, because it looks like we've got a few seconds before we get kick-off under the way. What did the Trimboli boys think of the performance of their dad on that day?
Well, I think it was Ollie and Luca were saying that their dad's going to score. I think it was Ollie saying Dad's going to score 4 goals. And then halfway through the first half, Luca looks at me and he goes, "We'll be lucky to get 4 touches." I said, but Ollie goes, "Oh, I bet you he'll still get a goal," and he did.
Well, probably coincided with the fact that I came on in the second half and had my hands a little bit full with him, but enough about. Sorry, go on.
You couldn't tackle him hard, that's it.
And we get underway. West Adelaide kicking to the left of the screen.
And there you go. I was wrong to start off with. Dabs has started on the left, Luka Dobrovolsky, and Maradi has started on the right. That's why I'm in the commentary box and not in the coach's box. Because yeah. Westy staying patient here, which is really good. Keshev just picking up that ball at 10. Looking to try and get it back. And yeah, just both teams are just trying to find a bit of momentum here. Westies, we do a good favour just to be a bit more patient, and they are working the ball left and right.
All right, back with you after doing a little bit of technological troubleshooting.
Sorry, viewers, you had to hear my voice for an extended period. I actually did have a chat to Keshev as he was warming up, and I said, starting today? And he goes, yeah, just. So I think he needs to put in a good performance today. So
yeah, it's sort of come with West Adelaide's position a little bit that a few players are going in and out of the lineup. At least up front, they seem to be having a little bit more momentum as of late with the pairing of Stam and Ivanic both pairing up alongside each other. But yeah, we keep mentioning the couple of changes with Kirk and the other one you just said, Maradi, coming in today as that ball comes over the top, landing for Ivanic. Stam comes storming through and we're off the line already. Just 2 minutes in. West Adelaide make it 1-0 at home.
And you know, I have to say, the last time I saw Westies play Croydon, it was I did it with Taubes at Polonia's ground, and Westies started off really well, scored early, and they started off really well again too. They do cause them a bit of grief. Maxim just goes and floats in between the lines and is a bit of a physical presence, and he's very direct. So look, happy for Westies. They got an early goal, but they've got to keep on going because this Croydon team has got lots of quality.
And on the flip side, Croydon did go down initially via a pen in the first half.
Playford,
yep. And despite that, still got a convincing win in the end. So I don't think this will concern them going down at this early stages. Trimboli comes forward. He's had a runner in Cato there presenting. Croydon in the green today, in case you haven't realised at home. Trimboli. The shot from outside from Martinelli, that will dip, and O'Donnell forced to reach for that a little bit awkwardly. Had to do a bit of a backward roll at the end of that too.
Yeah, I think Jackson was just doing the simple thing, just make sure. It's probably going to go over, but I'll make sure that it goes over 100%. And just as I say that, George Sonis on the sidelines trying to rev his boys up and say, come on boys, let's go up another gear. So continue going.
And Martinelli will now deliver the corner. Right-footed in swinger coming in. Oscar Slattery's found himself a position right up close and personal with Jackson O'Donnell. Falls just shy of that near post though. And now it's Ivanic. Has a little bit of support incoming from Shrestha. Now he finds Fabrizio. Ivanic coming back with a run, but he chooses Dobrovolsky.
I think, yeah, Riley made a really good run on the other side, but Fabrizio was probably thinking, now I'll just play Dobrovolsky in to be the safe thing and retain possession, which is not a problem. But Riley did work really hard to make that space, and he's actually pointing out now to Fabrizio, when you've got that ball in that position, just beware, I will always make that run over the top for you. So let's see how it transpires for the rest of the game.
They're so dangerous, both Stam and Ivanic, when they get that ball over the top, but I don't think they've quite had enough consistency with it, or that second option going forward, which is maybe one of the reasons that West Adelaide have, I guess in turn, haven't had that consistency in their results.
Yeah, and Riley is, you just saw what Riley is. Very strong, very direct, loves it.
Well, you've just summoned him there as he runs forward. Dobrovolsky already looks like in a much more advanced role. Goes all the way over the top, and the cross comes from the right-hand side, and Daniel Margush comfortable in claiming that.
Yeah, very direct as a 9. Mucks him as well. It can be quite direct, but he's actually got really, really good feet. Technically, I really enjoy his game. Twinkle toes, I saw he did a move last week, and I called him Twinkle toes to Seb offline. Yeah, he can do that. So. And it's good. I really like the early press that Westies is putting on, probably not giving Croydon too much space, because if you give them too much space, that can hurt you. So just want to see how Croydon does settle. You did mention last week that they started off slow, but let's see how it all goes.
Here's Kirk. Tried to just chip it over Trimboli to find Dobrovolsky, but it goes out, and it'll be Captain Polonia. Lukasz Klimek that throws it in. Trimboli was the intended target, but it's going to get confusing today, calling both the Trimbolis.
Yeah.
Styles with a little header over the top, still fighting to win it in this advanced position now. Luca Trimboli slips it through to his brother. Here's Oliver. He's spotted Slattery on the opposite side, and it looks like he will keep it in despite a decent amount of pressure from Ali Murati, and it eventually goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, the Trimmers boys, once they get in and around the box, they do look exactly the same. Easy way to remember: Luca left, Ollie right. That's the best feet. Although Ollie has been using his left a lot more in the last couple of years, so congrats to his coaches and to himself for actually developing his game a bit more.
Well, the way I'm going to remember him throughout the rest of today is got a hairstyle a little bit more similar to my own, and it makes your head resemble a bit of an O as well, so that's how we'll remember O Trimboli. Bombaport.
Like his dad's.
Here's Oliver Trimboli, finds Luca in the middle. Nice first touch to keep it under control, but he's confronted by two players in white. Now it's Martinello trying to use his body to just keep Golan at bay. Now it's Westies coming forward. Stam tried to slip it through to Ivanic, just creeping in behind Lukasz Klimek, but unsuccessful. Westies do end up back with it, though.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing there for that final ball, because they counter-attacked very, very well, but probably could have been a bit more direct, could have played a bounce pass and maybe got into behind instead of trying to look out wide, but yeah, probably would have liked a little bit more out of that, Westies boys, but they'll make up for it.
I really think that anything can happen in this game. It's really going to be a matter of who can settle and sort of dictate the pace of things, but in terms of how these two players are matched, you know, Croydon in 6th at the moment, West Adelaide on 9th. West Adelaide on 16 points, Croydon on 20, but there's not a whole lot realistically separating those teams that are sort of sitting around the edge of that top 6 at the moment.
Yeah, and look, you know, scoring a goal as a coach, you want it. You want your team to. I'll stop talking for a second. Oh no, you want your team to be at front foot the whole game, but scoring early can sometimes put you back a bit. So my message to the boys, Westie's boys, if I was coaching, I'd be saying, nothing changes. Keep on going. We've got 1. Let's get 2. Let's get 3. Keep on going. And if I was Croydon's coach, I'd say stay the same. Got lots of time to come back. So.
Just saw Stam and Bowman and Pahor getting there up close and personal there. So they're getting well acquainted to spend the next 90 minutes together. Yeah, I think they were arguing about which World Cup team they drew in the sweep. I think someone got a team. I think Riley drew Haiti, and they're already eliminated, so he's not happy about that. It's going to be a really battle now. Bowman standing next to Maxim Ivanic. Mapur and Vivian, they may have their hands full today. Castaneda wins it back. Goes back to Dobrovolsky. Castaneda again. One's Fabrizio. Moving the ball very well at the moment, West Adelaide. Croydon just sitting off, giving a little bit more space and keeping him at bay for now. Bolmapur called into action. And Castaneda goes to ground. I'm not sure if there was a terrible lot of contact from Tromboli, but the way he fell looked awkward. Coming forward now. And we're 2-0 up already to the visitors. Well, we mentioned it was going to be the team that settled in, that would control this game, and at the moment, it's the home side.
Yeah,
Ali Murati adds 1 to his tally.
There you go. Sorry, I intercepted there. And Westies do look up. They look up and ready. And, you know, Riley, he's bouncing around and he's throwing his body weight around. And the midfielders are winning those balls and not letting them get past the line. Castaneda, really tough in there. And it's just simple things like quick 1-2, ball out to Riley. Riley's fed Ivanic lots of times, and balls come loose, and Murati's there to finish it, make it 2-0. Super Saturday today in the NPL as well, in the RAA NPL.
RAA NPLSA. Chat to a local who backs in you and your team. It's better to be a member with RAA. 2 goals before the 11-minute mark on the One World LED and Portal System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. I'll let you have a look at some of the other results, because we've got a lot of 3 o'clock action kicking off around the place.
Yeah, after 14 minutes, it's all 0-0 in all the other games except for Sturt Lions at Para Hills. Sturt 1-0 up after 10 minutes.
If you've just tuned in at home, 2-0 does favour the home side. West Adelaide just working on getting your live score on screen updated. Free kick, 1. In a semi-dangerous position here for West Adelaide.
Yeah, it looks very dangerous, and all those people that are having an afternoon siesta after this morning's Australia game, we won't talk about the result, but yeah, you've missed 2 goals, and I don't actually think it's going to be the end of it. I think we're going to see a lot more. But Westies have started off on the front foot and ready to go. I'll see what happens here.
Yeah, a little bit of an opposite start from the West Adelaide perspective of how the first 10 minutes went with Australia against the USA, as this one comes in, and it's Martinello that's able to get in front of it. He will find Tromboli, although his touch a little bit heavy. Golan bangs it back up forward again for West Adelaide. Back and forth at the moment. But here's another chance for West Adelaide. 3-0.
Wowzers. I said that Keshev has to do something as a number 10 today, and he took that down very well, created that yard of space, and 3-0. after 13 minutes. Wowzers, that's it. This is start and a half. Croydon actually better do something about this. Don't know what it is. I want a reaction from the coaching staff. Conceding 3 goals, this would be quite disappointing, if not frustrating for them. And they want to see a reaction, because if not, I reckon George will start making subs before half-time.
Well, it looks like both captain and vice-captain in Klimek and Martinello just having a quick word with a couple of players. You're absolutely right. 3-0 before even the 15-minute mark, before our hydration break, as it would be if we were playing in the World Cup. That's a massive start for West Adelaide. Very impressed with how they've been doing it so far, but Croydon just giving a little bit too much space, a little bit too much respect and a little bit too much time.
Yeah, look, and if you're just tuning in now, you're missing 3 goals, you know, it's very rare, 3 goals in 15 minutes. It's an excellent start here by Westies at the Fortress, Kilburn.
Delivery comes in from Styles and land just at toward the back post. It's initially cleared, not completely out of danger yet though. Muller gets a touch, still bouncing around Trimboli. Well, West Adelaide found themselves 3-0 up. What do they want to reduce the deficit already by mucking around with it a little bit? Muller eventually finds Slattery. He will get the call after shaking Banjak. Martinelli with a header, Cato. And eventually it goes out, and it will be a corner, so...
They have responded.
Yeah.
They have responded. A little bit unlucky that Westies didn't clear that ball. Allowed them, gave Croydon a bit of a snippet. I think Trimmers found a half a yard of space, cracked the shot, had 53,000 deflections like a pinball machine. And it's come out and going to result in another corner.
Martinello will take again. He's got Styles there as a short option, and Slattery once again is standing right next to West Adelaide's captain, Jackson O'Donnell. Cato floating around as well. One player that has moved between these two teams. He was instrumental in Adelaide climbing back up to the RAA NPLSA last season, and he's doing pretty well with Croydon at the moment. 7 goals so far this campaign as that one comes in. Klimek gets a header on it. And it's going to be Christopher Vivian. Although he's going to be caught in no man's land potentially a little bit. Manages to get a touch before Stam comes thundering his way. Here's Trimboli. Vivian again. Styles. Here's Martinello.
Now this is what Croydon need to do now. They literally just do the basics, do them faster, do them sharper, start outworking your position, your opponents, get into position quicker, and those 50-50 balls, they better be yours. That's what my words would be from the sideline, because if they're not, you have a nice cold shower at half-time or before.
Klimek to throw it in. We saw even at the start of the season, despite Croydon not getting the results initially, I mean, they won their first round game, but overall throughout the first 5 rounds or thereabouts, they hadn't strung together the sort of results they wanted after winning the RAA NPLSA championship at the end of last year. But I had a bit of a chat to a couple of folks at Croydon. They were relatively happy with how they were playing and how they were developing. Just the results weren't coming, but we find ourselves in round 15 now rather, and still it's just been patchy, and they're just got to be really careful that they don't find themselves out of the top 6. For West Adelaide, coming back into the top flight, I know they've got big ambition, but probably safe to say slightly less expectation. But Croydon, after tasting success and winning that big trophy at the end of last year, they'd probably be expecting a little bit more than what they've been showing in the season thus far.
A lot of premiership hangover, but look, you know, they're in and around the mark. They've got quality. I really rate George as a coach. He really knows what he's doing. Maybe his players haven't listened to his instructions for the first 15 minutes of today, but to win a championship, you've got to be quality, and they do have quality. They have changed a couple players, yes. Some teams may have been a bit sharper against them, yes. But that's what's going to happen. You become the hunted now instead of the hunter. So.
Yeah, I think that's correct. And maybe their position's a little bit indicative of perhaps the NPL competition having a few more players this year too. I mean, Burke's doing incredibly well to be sitting at the top of the ladder at the moment. Playford had a brilliant start. Metro Stars now really getting together a nice bit of form. I think Adelaide City maybe underperformed a little bit given some of the names that they picked up, but they're always dangerous, can get a result either at home or away. But it's just so tight, especially around throughout the league, as Ivanic comes forward and Vivian slides into action.
Even it's making a person. Yeah, going back to Adelaide City, the Magic Man Buko's back, so they seem to have steadied themselves a bit. Got some bodies back, injured bodies back. Vass has got the troops obviously playing a good brand of football, and the results, it's actually quite tight at the top. That top three, they're all really good. Even though Burke's had a hiccup, I expect them really big game today against Beograd tonight, if you get a chance to watch. Or if you're not having an early night's sleep from the early morning game this morning, I would suggest get on YouTube and watch that game. Should be an absolute cracker.
That's right, all the action's on FSA leagues, and 5 o'clock kickoff. Even better yet, get down to Frank Mitchell Park for 5 o'clock kickoff. If you're on the other side of town, Adelaide City host Metro Stars with a 7 o'clock kickoff. So a couple of really exciting matches. Speaking of other matches, we've seen a red card already at Corinna West. Sturt Lions 1-0 up now against Para Hills. Adelaide United Youth all locked up with Adelaide Comets, and Playford City and Campbelltown 0-0 at the moment as well.
I can actually briefly talk about State League 1. Cobras playing East United. They're 1-0 up at home. Adelaide Olympic Cove are 0-0. Adelaide Victory 0. Raiders 1. Cumberland 2. South Adelaide 1. Modbury and Blue Eagles are 0-0. And Fulham are losing 1-0 to Salisbury at home. Interesting result really early on, but a long way to go. That's State League 1. I was having a chat to a couple of people off screen about this. It's one of those unbelievably tough leagues. There's only, I think, 3 or 4 points difference between first and sixth. So it's very, very close.
Yeah, we saw it even towards the end of last year. It was just such a close race. And I mean, skill-wise, we've seen West Adelaide and both Sturt coming up from that, and Sturt having a really strong start to the year with the first 5 rounds or so, and immediately looking at home in NPL, they've since suffered some injuries and struggled a little bit. But I guess the point I'm trying to make, a lot of talent in State League 1.
Yeah.
Laporte gets ahead to it. Now it's going to go into the path of Slattery, hopefully, although Murati's there to cut it off. Well, Croydon have seemingly changed gears. Here's Slattery, just keeping Golan at bay, but the ball will go back to Ned Stiles, who's been fouled.
Yeah, and watching as well as last year, I remember West Adelaide were in a playoff to see who was going to get promoted, go to the grand final, and they were playing against Fulham, and Fulham were in red hot form, and Westies went there, and I think they had a couple of injuries. I'm not too sure. I wasn't involved in the men's side, and they went to the Fulham and got an amazing result, and on the back of that, Theo led his team to a championship, and they got promoted. So.
Goes over the top of Trimbolin, finds Lukasz Klimek.
Yeah, so in State League 1 there is absolute quality. You can get relegated if you're not, don't start off well, if you have mid-season slump, or you can get promoted if you're very consistent. So it's one of those really tough leagues. Westies coming up have recruited well, but they've got lofty ambitions, and I think as a club want to turn Kilburn into a fortress. Number 1. Number 2, stay in NPL and then keep on building from that.
Well, from a West Adelaide perspective, I think a club as proud as this, with the history that they've got, with the ground that they've got now, it makes the RAA NPLSA a better place if they're part of it. But Kilburn really needs to become a place that is a fortress, and that becomes an important away date.
Absolutely, and coming into Kilburn and home games, and you get to smell charcoal, is a win for everybody.
It's a really unique experience here, and I've been enjoying the fact that somehow I've ended up being the go-to West Adelaide caller in recent weeks. I'll keep enjoying that while I end up with that luck of the draw.
Yeah, and I've been the go-to inviting myself at Westie's games. So
Here's Ivanic. A sea of green converges on him, and eventually Croydon win it back. Bolmaport finds Klimek, who evades Kirk with his first touch. That was Fabrizio, sorry. Croydon on the charge now. Here's Slattery. Klimek, Trimboli, and Trimboli all waiting in the middle, but that's cut off. Here's Bolmaport coming for a run. Chooses Cato. Slip back to Bolmaport, who gets a shot off. He just glances past the outside edge of that far post.
you know, some coaches would stress on the sideline when your centre-back goes for a marauding run like that and then, you know, just miss the goal and they say, oh, you lose your structure. But isn't that a beautiful part about our game? How much of a coaching tool is that for George on the sidelines to have? When your midfielder can when defender can go into midfield, create an overload, can go into forward, create an overload. That's a real bonus. That's why Bolmaport is an absolute amazing player.
And they're very well drilled with that as well. When Bolmaport does come forward, it's always Adam Martinello that drops back into that centre-back position and provides the support there when they're working really well together. He's a bit of a cheat code, Bolmaport. He's an imposing figure when he comes charging out of centre-back with his full sprint as Cato is fouled. And Bolmaport's got a couple of things to say to Jaden Betterman. He has called in one of the West Adelaide players to have a quick chat.
Yeah, well, and I think I've said it on commentary lots of times. Decisions are made. Referee ain't going to change his decision. So he ain't going to create a yellow card and give someone a yellow card out of nothing. If he's decided to not give one, the only way you're going to get one, and the opposition's going to get one, is if you argue about it. Then you might get one yourself. So just continue playing and, yeah, let the ball do the work.
Vivian thumps it forward to Klimek, who was searching for Luca Trimboli in the box. West Adelaide win it back, but only gets as far as Martinello, who's back on the ball again now. Finds Stiles in the middle. Footwork does well to evade Golan. And he finds Klimek again. Cross no good, but Croydon still on the ball. So now Croydon just looking a little bit more threatening. They still trail though, 3-0 after those three that came early. Stan Murati and Shrestha. Here's Ivanic.
This is what you're going to have though with Westies. Maxim and Riley, if they get played in, they are very dangerous 1v1. You keep on doing that too many times. Croydon have responded, yes. The delivery into the central position on the cross just hasn't been as finessed as it should be.
They've just got a lot to overcome now though, given that they've got to get back 3 goals. Especially when Ivanic is lurking up front there, and he's got a brand new pair of boots by the look of it as well. You always got to be wary of the player in the bright pink Nikes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah, but they, I'll let you cut.
Here's Cato. He's trying to shake a couple of players, but finds Martinello, who spots Slattery on the far side. Doesn't make it there as Murati puts it over the sideline.
Yeah, Croydon are gonna, when they're doing those when they're doing the crossing, they have to get their PlayStation controller and actually use the control finesse cross into the box instead of the direct just kick it into the box. So they just need to be a bit more finessed in there. I'll just put a FIFA 26 point to that one.
Or you can do what I do and just stack the side, and it doesn't really matter what you do tactically. Doesn't quite work like that in the RA8 NPLSA. Chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with RA8. And we are 27 minutes gone on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Here's Maxim Ivanic, who's shaking Vivian. Bolmaport comes in. Stan, a little bit of a mistouch on that in the end. And Croydon looked like they'll be able to clear his mullet. Finds Cato.
You get, like I just said, Riley and Maxim, they just really look up. They really want, they can smell goals today, literally on the sidelines.
Nice ball slipped through to Trimboli, gets the shot off, and again, just glances past in the same fashion as that earlier shot did, just on the outside of that far post.
Might make it mention as well that we have a score update in the RAA NPL between Playford and Campbelltown. Playford, through Braden French, are 1-0 up after the 27th minute against Campbelltown.
Well, they went up at Regency Park last week, Playford, but didn't get the result. They'll be desperate to pick up some points. They're still holding a decent ladder position, but after last week, they're winless in 6 rounds, which is pretty extraordinary given the start that they had to the year.
Yeah, well, it can be a little bit disheartening, but they've got enough quality in that squad to turn things around, and you know they're a very proud club, and they'll turn things around. They've got way too much quality in that team. So, and I also must make mention that Sturt Lions are also 2-0 up against Para Hills after the 30th minute, using their extra man advantage and have doubled their lead.
It's a bit of a dangerous position for Para Hills as they just continue the battle that they find themselves in at the moment in the RAL NPLSA. But as this season ticks over, I'm not sure about the mathematics of it all, as Trimboli wins it high and reduces the deficit. 3-1 now, and Luca Trimboli collects his own ball. Jaden Veneman, our referee, says, no, I'll have that. He wanted to get play back underway very, very quickly. So they've got one back so far in the 30th minute.
Yeah, I think it's a very strategic move there by Jaden. He's thinking, guys, can you actually give me a break? Give me the ball. I want to hold it. I want to hold the ball. Look, it's quite unfortunate West playing at the back. They've had such a good 30 minutes. To be disappointed by that, you're going to make an error. You're going to be brave. That's okay. I don't think the coach will mind. Look, he's going to mind that they've conceded a goal, but you want your boys to be brave. You want them to go out and play. A little bit unfortunate. What are you going to do about it? That's what the response that the coach wants.
Vivian gets his head to it just ahead of Maxim Ivanic as Muller scrambles. It is kept in. Still in a bit of a dangerous position for Croydon. Looks like Golan who came around the outside, but it goes out. It will be a corner kick the way of West Adelaide.
Is that Golan or is that Muradi?
You probably know better than I. I didn't have the best view on it.
No, Muradi, but I think Muradi just runs. He's very determined in the way he ran. I think his determination got him a corner then, when he probably shouldn't have got one. But let's see what kind of reaction we're going to get from Westies. They're going to get that 3-goal advantage back, or Croydon going to give us Westies some more headaches.
It's going to be Castaneda that takes this corner. We've got Dion Kirk making a little bit of a rascal of himself and being a bit of a handful for Freddie Muller inside of the 6-yard box. You got Maxim Ivanic probably hovering about 10 yards out or so. He'll no doubt come running in if this lands right on the head of Margush. And it falls just shy of the front post. I think maybe not the type of delivery they wanted. It's Castaneda again. Throw-in one by West Adelaide.
Yeah, I think Kirk was saying, mate, you should, if you think I'm rough, you should see some of my kids at my school. I have bigger battles at recess and lunchtime on the oval, and I sort them out. So no, it's just making the goalkeeper's life a little bit difficult. So I'm all for that.
Nice ball slipped through for Styles. And here's Trimboli again on the break. The flag is down as O'Donnell comes out. And they find the back of the net.
No, they don't.
They don't. They found the back of the net behind the goal. We heard a bit of a cheer, but that must have come from the West Adelaide supporters below us.
Yes. Yeah, it actually did look like it was in. It actually did look like it was in. So Luca would be extremely disappointed. But what a move there. That's an unbelievable transition moment from BPO opposition to BP. It was lightning down, and Trimmers will look at that. So, okay, I've got to make up for that. I've scored 1. I should have 2 today, but well done, Jackson. He made a big shape.
Yeah, he was sort of caught in a bit of a dangerous position there, Jackson O'Donnell, and had Luca Trimboli capitalised, it's Yeah, a bit of a difficult one, but Jackson O'Donnell did as well as he could in the situation. But now we've got a little bit of concern with Dion Kirk in a little bit of a spot of bother. Luca Trimboli just having a word to Jaden Betterman. I'm not sure if you caught that a little bit better than I did, Theo. What did you see?
I think Dion just played it out, and I think I don't have hindsight of, so I'm not going to say exactly what exactly happened because I can't recall it. But from what I could see from back here, in the short of it, he was just a fraction late, and I think he caught Dion on his right ankle, and Dion, clearly went down, and Ollie went to try to say, it was nothing. I do worse than my brother in the backyard, so no, it's part of football, unfortunately.
The Trimbolis immediately got a little bit vocal, as did Luka Dobrovolsky for West Adelaide, but the cards stay in the pocket and we will play on.
And the fact that Dion's up and going, that's a good sign.
Well, you mentioned that the kids give him a harder time at recess, so he'll soldier on.
The life of a teacher, Children are always giving us grief. In a good way, most of the time.
Most of the time. Margush will take this goal kick. We were talking about him before, and Kirk being a little bit of a handful to him. It takes a lot to be a bit of a handful for a man of Margush's experience. 29 appearances with Western Sydney Wanderers, 7 with Adelaide United. He was with Perth Glory for a time and has played internationally as well, both with under-20s and under-23s for Australia, and was part of the Team of the Year for the RA NPLSA 2025 season. Cato goes up the Castaneda, and Vivian's there to pick up the pieces. Now Styles that picks out Slattery, and here's Cato coming with a run.
If George wanted a response, he's got it.
Muller crosses, Trimboli. Slattery just battling to try and get another touch on it. Oliver Trimboli comes in, but Ivanic does well to win it, but just plays it forward to no one except Riley Stam, who's just trying to, find something opportunistically. Slattery had the sun in his eyes, causing a little bit of a bother that time. That might be a little bit of an interesting factor now that the sun has really shown its face.
I'm not only jealous that I don't have anywhere near the football ability of the players out there, but I'm also jealous of the fact that most of them are playing in some beautiful sunshine.
Stam. And Shrestha in the middle. Calls from the crowd to hit it. They don't, and Croydon just have enough time to converge, and is trying to shake him and make a little bit of space. Cato finds himself the recipient of a loose ball, and Trimboli picks out Klimek.
Yeah, Keshev made really good space, and unfortunately I think he just ran into Maxim, the space closed up quickly. Fabrizio tried to open it back up, but it's sometimes when the space does open and you're slightly hesitant, he should have just pulled the trigger there, but Cash being Cash, beautiful, is a nice human being. He said, he's probably thinking, I scored one goal. Maxim, do you want another one?
Yeah, surprisingly, he's one of the players that hasn't got himself on the board for West Adelaide yet, despite West Adelaide already scoring the threes. Klimek has his cross cut off. I want to talk quickly about the weather that you mentioned. It's a huge contrast from last night when the heavens opened up at half-time for West Adelaide women's, and we had a hell of a second half as well. They reduced a 1-0 deficit against Salisbury into eventually got the 2-1 win in a really entertaining game. And the whole second half playing out in the rain, which just seemed to get heavier and heavier in the second half.
And I think it would have been nice, and you did mention it was nice and cold last night.
Yeah, it was very chilly last night as Ivanic clears, only goes as far as Bulmapore though. Here's Vivian. Vivian bangs it forward again. Oliver Trimboli looking over his shoulder. Eventually it's cleared by Dion Kirk, who finds Shrestha. Ivanic back to Shrestha. He's got a lot of players in green surrounding him though. And the whistle goes. And a yellow card shown to Martinello. 3-1 the scoreline, favouring West Adelaide at the moment. Apologies at home, the scoreboard just muddled up at the moment. We'll get that sorted as soon as we can.
If you don't like the fact that it's the wrong scoreboard, it's quite easily fixed. All you need to do is get yourself in the car, come down to Kilburn, and you'll see the score. Well, actually, you won't see the score because there is no scoreboard.
It's on the way, I'm told.
Yep.
It's on the way.
But all the people here will tell you the score is 3-1.
And the barbecue's already on for you as well.
It is.
That's the good news. Fabrizio picks out Shrestha. Cato wins it back, and Luca Trimboli's on the charge again. So is Oliver Trimboli, who's the target that they've tried to pick out. Now it's back with Luca, who has his shots. And again, it just goes on the outside of that far post, similar angle to, I think it's about his third shot from that position.
I really do feel sorry for Jaden. He is going to be doing some serious kilometres today. It is a lot of transitional moments, a lot of going up and back. Great ball by Croydon. Got the ball across. Tried to play in Ollie, intercepted by Luca Dabbs. Went out to Trimmers, and Luca doesn't need another opportunity. He had a shot. Unfortunately, went across the goals for Polonia, Croydon. So yeah, let's see how the rest of the game pans out. But it's a great game so far, and I'm glad that I'm commentating on a game that has goals.
Absolutely. 4 to speak of so far before 40 minutes. Well, in fact, the first 3 were scored
40th
by
minute.
West Adelaide, all before the 15th mark. So,
Yeah.
well, the way Croydon are going, it looks like they will be the ones to probably reduce the deficit if West Adelaide can't make the appropriate adjustments at half-time, which is inching closer. Stamp! Ooh. Almost had a real case of a commentator's curse there, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah. Maxim had this marked up. He was going to say, and then Riley, let's go find him and there's and bash him up after the game.
Don't do that. Just put it on your highlight reel instead.
They'll say, see that guy there? Yep. Don't give him any food. And some say, yeah, Theo, no food for Theo.
Muller bangs it down the line. It will fall kindly to Slattery, who's just trying to shake Murati. Shakes him initially, but not the second time. They do win the free kick, though.
I think they're really starting to test Jaden's patience. I know he's a pretty patient human being, but a lot of these little niggling fouls, break up of play, going to start wearing him down, and decisions and cards will follow if they continue down this path. But it, once again, transition moment, straight down the other side. Let's see what Croydon can do with this one.
I think with how West Adelaide are going at the moment, just feeling the frustration in terms of how Croydon have been able to build the momentum and how they're seeing most of the action in this half. Martinello, who takes it and just falls into a bit of a sea of white there, and now Shrestha trying to give himself a little bit of space, and I guess wait as well for reinforcements to arrive, but it goes out.
It's a good ball once again down the left-hand side.
Cross comes in from Slattery, but Dion Kirk's there for West Adelaide to clear. Cato, nice first touch to keep it back in the action end for Croydon. That second time his first touch, not so good. Croydon still in possession though, and Slattery will have a chance to send another cross in. If not for Murati there taking action at the right time.
I asked what kind of response can Croydon give us, and they've given us a response. Westie started very well. Croydon probably a little bit unlucky to have not scored another goal, but Westies will take this current advantage to half time, hopefully, if they can get there for their own club. Croydon will be trying to steal one to make it really interesting second half. But I can tell you this now, Maxim and Riley just want another snippet. You can actually see they're right on the edge, and they're eager for some more goals today.
You just joined us, 3-1 favouring West Adelaide at the moment. We're doing our best to get that score on your screen sorted, but just to recap some of the action from earlier, Riley Stam, the first to score for West Adelaide in the second minute Ali Muradi in the 10th, then Keshav Shrestha in the 12th minute. But since then, Croydon have dialed up the intensity, responded with Luca Trimboli scoring in the 30th minute and had another couple of shots as well that just went wide of the target. So momentum certainly favouring Croydon at the minute. Well, one in a bit of a dangerous position for West Adelaide. Fabrizio finds Shrestha. Right, he finds himself loose, and another chance for West Adelaide. And now it's 4-1 to the home side.
And that's what's going to happen. Keshav Muradi, the whole touch, two, and Maxim and Fabrizio doing their goal celebration, sharing a legal cigarette on the park. So they're Westies restore their 3-goal advantage. Croydon did not want to see that, but the game, I'm telling you, the game is not anywhere near over. If you think the goals are over, you got another thing coming. I can see and I can feel more goals coming.
And that time we actually saw a commentator's curse moment take effect there, because we were just talking about how Croydon were really controlling the game in the back half of this half. But West Adelaide, the ones to find the back of the net. 5 goals in the first half. That is massive.
Yep, it's it's written down the wrong way, but Westies are 4-1 up. And as stated previously, if you don't believe us, come down, ask the people on the sideline, or even ask the coaches.
It's got to be hugely frustrating for Croydon, given just how they've really stepped up the performance following those 3 goals. But I guess you go 3 goals down, it's really making things difficult for you and giving you a bit of an uphill battle as Styles finds Slattery again.
Now, I'll do some stats at half-time. I'm going to try and find out the last time that Croydon conceded 4 goals. I really can't remember that happening.
West Adelaide win it high. It's Maxim Ivanic who tried to play in the path of Riley Stam, but it's a poor in the end. Getting closer and closer to half-time as we tick over 46 minutes. With 5 goals, you expect there may be a little bit of time to be played out still.
Yeah, the locals are getting quite angry here. I don't understand why. The boys, West Adelaide boys, have scored 4 goals. They're 4-1 up against the current premiers, and because Maxim slightly overpassed the ball, they're upset. I can't understand that logic, but that's okay. Let's see how the rest of the game goes. We're in time on now, red time. Played 1.5 minutes of extra time here in this first half. Gonna need a break. Kit Kat, I think.
Goes out again. A couple of stoppages to see us through to half-time as Jaden Benneman, our referee, checks the watch. Got a bit of a score update from elsewhere for Sturt Lions against a 10-man Para Hills. You want to share that with us, Theo?
Oh, yes. In the 45th minute plus time on, Harrison Rogers scores to make it 3-0 for Sturt Lions. In a very, very good, strong position for Sturt, playing at home. With playing against 10 men as well, so
and still 0-0 at Service FM Stadium with Adelaide United Youth hosting Adelaide Comets, and Playford City still up 1-0 against Campbelltown. So we got the game of the round so far. 5 goals in just the first half as Oliver Trimboli sends a cross into his brother, but he's not quite there.
Yeah, and like you would think, we've played 47 plus time on. Yeah, we played 47, and you thought it would be close to a half time, but no, we've still got more time to do some more attacking. We haven't seen enough goals in this half.
Well, you predicted we were going to see more yet a little bit earlier, and I think we may even still see one before half time. Well won by West Adelaide. Slip ball through, finds Stan. Ivanic is there, chooses to go it alone, and Margush has it covered. Meanwhile, Luka Topolovsky has gone to ground. Looked like a late collision possibly.
This is, I think someone's injured on the side. I'm not too sure who it is. Is it
That's
Dobrovolsky?
Dobrovolsky, yeah. I'm not sure. Did you see the actual collision? I think it may have been a late tackle because I was already looking upfield when he went down. He's holding his upper right arm. I'm not sure if he's landed on that. Jaden Betterman
Yeah,
having a quick chat to Thomas Temby.
yeah. Luca had his eyes on the next ball. He just very, very gutsy thing to do. Fearless. It's a coaching point at halftime, and he just played the ball on. And I think Ollie was a fraction late and got a yellow card. I think people have pushed Jaden a little bit too far today and taken his good manners and good personality the wrong way. And I think that we'll start to see some more yellows with tackles like that. It was quite unfortunate. It was just a bit late. That's all.
Still in a bit of a deal of discomfort at the moment is Dobrovolsky, but we're so close to half-time that I'm sure they're going to assess that then as it's centred by Eduardo Castaneda. Here's Stam. Plays it back to Fabrizio, who sends it back into the 18-yard box, and Slattery gets a defensive header to it, and it will go out. We'll see another corner. Saw a bit of a concerning collision where it just makes me think of last week where Noah McNamara got a stiff bump against Sturt Lyons in the first half and ended up being a collarbone injury. As this comes in, and Daniel Margush comfortably claims it, and that will be the last possession. So just going back to that collision, Luka Dobrovolsky will go into the rooms and get assessed at halftime. He was still holding his shoulder there. He's still holding it now, actually. He looks in a bit of discomfort there. So will we see him come out for the second half?
I think you will. I think he's a very tough boy. Unless he really can't get that arm moved up and down. But what a half for Westies. 4-1 up in 45 minutes of football. It's what an excellent half.
Stam drawing first blood in the second minute. Murati in the 10th. Shrestha in the 12th. It was Trimboli who scored, got one back for Croydon as they were enjoying the swing of momentum, go back their way to make it 3-1. But Murati getting one back for West Adelaide in the 43rd minute sees the home side go up 4-1 into the change rooms. Time for us to have a quick break now. We'll catch you for the second half.
Yo guys, you seen this? It's coming.
What do you want about?
Bro, it's actually coming.
No way!
FSA World Champs.
You guys have been asking, we listened. The FSA World Champs is coming. This school holidays, we're bringing the world stage to Adelaide. Here's the breakdown. From 11s to 17s, and everyone in between. 10 players, 1 squad. Lock them in before someone else does. Sign up, get your country, and represent your nation. Nominations are open now, but don't sleep on it, spots are limited.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build, or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability, and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Hop in.
Where are we going?
There are so many career paths with SAPOL, from operations to CSI. You could walk the beat or work somewhere a little quieter. If you want to make a difference, there's a career at SAPOL for you.
Hey, it's gonna be all right.
Call up the search.
Find where you belong in blue. Search SAPOL Careers.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Stayed on side, looking to put it across, deflected, and it's still alive. Turns Vidmar, and Dorigo now tries to shoot. Still going. Welsh puts the ball in, and there's the goal. Welsh for George Blackwood. We can't get this goal scorer wrong. He's done it 10 times.
I think the thing that most people don't realise about being a referee is how much we train. We often train twice a week as a group. Then we have coaching sessions where we go through videos and look back at past few weeks. And then any of the outside of training stuff that we do, like our gym work and watching matches back and all that, all the extra time outside of match days are the big things for us. What makes it more than just blowing a whistle is understanding football and all the different layers of football, and then adding on top of that we then have to be impartial and understand the emotion of football, and then find that balance between understanding the emotion and then understanding the laws. I've had a few grand finals that I've been lucky to be a part of, and in those kind of games with the crowds and the energy, I can just tell that the football match that's going on is so entertaining, and that I'm lucky to have one of the best seats in the house for it.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Tom Wren for sport. Jade Robran on the scene as it happens. Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide. Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local, and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
So the Youth Club Championship, we've designed a structure where the under 13s, under 14s, under 15s and 16s all compete together as one club. They'll play at the same venue, they'll play one after each other. It allows the technical director to be at the venue to help educate and look after the coaches, and also there's a focus on player development.
Players are now knowing where they are at and the pathway to follow each year. If they continue with the YCC, they should be in a position where they can go into senior football. It's a lot clearer around the steps they need to take to keep tracking as a player.
We've created an additional YCC training session or seminar night. All the players involved had the opportunity to do an extra additional skills session development plan, and we had Adrian Stanter coming in to talk about how to become a more professional player from a younger age.
The fact that as a club we are investing heavily in the juniors to ensure that we're putting those tools in place that the YCC is wanting from us, that's certainly bringing around some benefits to the club and to junior development across the board.
Everyone's trying to obtain points for their club, but also with a strong focus on how do we create a competition where players can play against like players.
The one thing I have noticed is it's been a bit more focused on getting the balance right. So, you know, trying to keep the best teams playing against each other throughout the entire year and not having this big disparity between one team or another, one club or another.
So what it has allowed us to do is have quality games every week, which has benefited the competition and given the girls a chance to sort of understand what it's like to play at that elite level. While development is a good focus, the YCC does bring out the aspect of results as well, which helps find that balance for players to transition to senior football.
So I think with the YCC structure now in place, there's become a better level, and with a better level there's been higher intensity within our sessions, and that's allowed for greater development in terms of a player technically, tactically, and that's given them the best chance to keep improving their game.
Yeah, look, I think there's certainly brought around a lot of excitement to the club on YCC Day. The club's buzzing, a lot of the parents and players really enjoy seeing the kids play, and what is really now an elite pathway in junior football in our state.
Something that resonated with me right on the onset was about connecting a budding footballer with the right coach with the right club, and the right club being part of the right football environment. So the YCC tells me that this has been a fantastic implementation by Football South Australia.
1 for West Adelaide. Got enough of a sniff of a chance late in the half to make it 4-1 thanks to Ali Murati scoring in the 43rd. Simon Jimenez on the call today, joined by Theo Malonis. Theo, give us a little bit about your read into the first half overall.
If I was a Westies coach, can I have another 45 minutes of that? I'll take 8 goals. If I was a Croydon coach, what has just transpired? 3-0 up Westies first 15 minutes. They look up and about, and then Croydon got gifted a goal pretty much, and then Croydon the momentum changed back the other way. Jayden would have clocked up some serious kilometres in the first half, and then Westies, being Westies, you give them a small sniff, and Westies capitalised right in the end just before half time and made it 4-1. So yeah, great for Westies, not so good for Croydon. A lot will tell in the first 15 minutes. I'm actually surprised that if George has made a sub or not. Going to give his boys some time. I would have sent probably about 3 to the showers at half time with that scoreline, but we're all different, and that's probably why he's there, and I'm here.
Speaking of subs, I'm curious to see what West Adelaide, if they've made a sub, because we saw Dobrovolsky clutching his shoulder just before half time. Just trying to see if
he's come back out. He's come back out.
He's back out there.
Yeah.
Well, that's good news, because he looked in a bit of a discomfort just before half time after getting a heavy challenge just in front of the Croydon bench after sending a ball forward, but back out there for the second half, which is good news. Although you mentioned there, perfect start for West Adelaide in terms of the scoreline. Not completely perfect, because there was a moment where Croydon seemed like they were really in control, maybe for about 20-25 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's after Westies sort of, they're playing out from the back, and it's a mistake. It happens in World Cups, happens everywhere. So they just got caught, and then Croydon pressed really well and won the ball high up the park, and Luca just snatched one in. But I'm telling you, there is still time left for some more goals, and I'm predicting that we will see some more. But now I'll probably get a commentator's curse and nothing will happen. But it just looks like there's goals in this game.
And there's Trimboli trying from range to get one of his own.
Yeah, you, Kato, saying I'm over here by myself with about 25 metres, and Trimmer's said, "Nah, I've seen goals, I'm going for it." Like father, like son.
Well, we often criticise players for not having a go early enough.
Yeah.
And on that occasion, he thought would have a crack. And not a bad one considering the distance, but there were some reinforcements on that occasion. And good news for us there, we've got the correct scoreline up in front of us now.
Okay.
4-1 is the scoreline at the moment as Slattery struggles to keep that in.
It's the most important thing, the correct score for all the viewers, because you might be tuning in and out of the games. You clearly want to watch this game because we've got 5 goals in it, and I'm predicting more, but yeah, you want to be watching this game, and you can flick off the other ones on your other device and stick to this one.
And just to touch on those other games quickly, we mentioned on a couple of different occasions Sturt Lions and Para Hills. Para Hills going down to 10 men early, and now Sturt Lions find themselves leading 4-0 in the second half now. Still 0-0 at Service FM Stadium, where Adelaide United Youth are hosting Adelaide Comets. Playford City have the same 1-0 lead as they held pretty early on. And they're the other games at the moment. FK Beergrad will host West Torrens Bacalla, a rematch of the Cup semi-final that happened midweek, in which FK Beergrad got the win on that occasion. Instead of a place in the finals, I guess West Torrens Bacalla, playing to keep their top spot of the ladder as Metro Stars in second try to keep the pressure on them. And Adelaide City and Metro Stars playing a little bit later today, so another upper end of the ladder clash. Styles will keep it in. Here's Klimek. Kato now. Trimboli went up. He may have just got a slight head on it. Don't manage to clear it completely, and Martinello.
I was just going to be quiet for a second there and let you have the airwaves, and yeah, it's been an interesting start. Lots of and the big result, big not big result. Big games coming up tonight. The rematch. I think Bergs will want to right the wrongs that happened on Wednesday. I think you'll see a big reaction there. And in the other game, well, Adelaide City and Metros, well, what an absolute cracker game that's going to be.
Should be exciting. Just while we're talking about that mid-game as well, probably worth just reiterating that the date is set for the Federation Cup final. Jump onto the Football SA website to get your ticketing information as Slattery comes in and converts. 4-2, our 6th goal for the afternoon so far, and Croydon looking to respond nice and early and get a bit of a start as they try to chase down this lead that West Adelaide have.
I told you there's going to be more goals, and I'm telling you, there's still more to come. Sometimes you just sense a game that's going to have lots of goals. Well, I don't know. I do. Yeah, just miracles are happening everywhere on this park. Even the little boy climbing up the stairs, whole bucket of chips and a drink, and he didn't drop any chips or didn't drop any drinks. So that's like perfection everywhere.
I thought the miracle that you were about to say was that he was going to come and give us some hot chips.
No, that would be an absolute miracle.
Muller finds Ned Stiles. Back to Muller, but goes out via a deflection from Connor Golden. Muller will now take this throw in. He's looking for Oliver Trimboli. Oliver Trimboli with a start today. Usually he's coming off the bench at a bit of a late stage to replace his brother, but with Garcia John serving a suspension today, he is part of the starting 11. That's the sole change for Croydon going into this game, and we mentioned in the first half, Croydon with 2 changes. Sorry, West Adelaide going with 2 changes. Dion Kirk and Ali Murati starting for Alex Timopoulos and James Odenwalder. Ned Stiles will make this free kick. The usual suspects on the edge of the 18-yard box. And it just goes over the head of Balmaport. Klimek tried to send it back into a danger zone, but takes a deflection, and it won't matter anyway because the assistant referee's flag is up.
Yeah, and yeah, look, the words of George, the Croydon boys were out quite early, ready to go. Yeah, that's why I'm not a coach. His boys have reacted and scored an early goal. Slattery, excellent run. He just turned his defender inside out, and then he could have passed the ball across, and they haven't been using that finesse button as I suggested to you, so he just thought, I'll just go myself and I'll just do a finesse shot. So yeah, the score is 4-2, and just look, Westies, you got to make use of this scoreline as much as that. You actually don't. I don't know. If I was a coach, I'd be a bit more defensive and go like I'll be playing one up top and just loading the midfield a bit more. But let's just wait and see what happens.
And West Adelaide clear only as far as Lukasz Klimek though. He finds Yuya Kato, who will centre it, but only as far as Dobrovolsky. Not completely out of danger yet though, West Adelaide. His Styles. Here's it back to Martinelli. We mentioned that he slips into that centre-back role as Balmaport comes to reinforce Croydon at their attacking end. Too soft on that ball in the end for Croydon, and now it's West Adelaide trying to work their way out of danger. Vivian wins it high though. Klimek. Kato will get a chance to centre it again and comes in. 4-3, can you believe that? What a way for Croydon to end up getting another one back. Hit the inside, I'm not sure. There was a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, look, I think it was a ball in. It was, I think the Westies thought it was going out, and it swerved back in with a breeze, hit the post, hit the goalkeeper, and actually went in. Westies are actually doing the right thing now and just regrouping and saying, guys, we're still a goal up. Surprising. I said there's going to be goals in this game. I'm glad I didn't give myself a curse. People that have paid to come into today's game got their money's worth. What an absolute... Westies had a great start to the first half. Now, Croydon have an absolute cracker start to the second half.
This is incredible, and for West Adelaide to go 3-0 up by the 15-minute mark, but for it to still be anyone's game at the moment, it's quite incredible. Just want to remind everyone at home of the scoreline because something funny is going on this afternoon, and I apologise for that. The scoreline is West Adelaide 4, Croydon 3. West Adelaide 4, Croydon 3. So it was 3-0 deficit at a very early stage facing Croydon, and they've just gradually found their way back, and I guess being gifted that last one came off the inside of the post, and Jackson O'Donnell was just turned around and just immediately gave a deflection, found itself in the back of West Adelaide's net. So, but that doesn't really matter how it happened, but we've got a real game on our hands here at Kilburn Sportsplex.
And I have to apologise for being silent in that goal.
Vivian gets a foot to it, but the flag did go up.
Yeah, I have to apologise for being silent. I was actually in shock. I thought, oh, it was a great ball. Jackson just watching it go out, but then it hit the crossbar. Actually, I think it hit the post, went across, hit Jackson, went actually in. So, yeah, wowzers. What a start to the second half.
The good thing about watching at home, you do miss out on the incredible barbecue that's always on here at Kilburn Sportsplex, but you can go back and check it out on FSA Leagues. Just rewind a little bit, and I'd encourage you to do so. If we weren't calling this game live, I'd probably be looking at that one again myself. That's incredible. But I think as well as reducing the deficit, just puts a bit more wind in Croydon's sails. We saw in the first half when they got one back, they seemed to win back control of the game and get a lot more momentum, and even following the first goal that they got in this half as well. And then another one, it really is game on as Trimboli comes up and Jackson O'Donnell parries it out to safety.
My only criticism of everything so far is happening in football in South Australia, especially in the RAA, NPL, is Sturt Lions is trying to spoil the party. They're actually 5-0 up now. Comets have taken a 1-0 win, a 1-0 lead. I'll stop for a second.
Styles sends it in. Muller finds himself on the edge of a loose ball, but now it's West Adelaide coming forward. Stam, I guess, centre forward, hopefully, but there's no one there in white to claim it. Now it's Vivian, who assessed his options, decided to bang it back down the other end.
Yeah, so yes, going back, Comets have taken a 1-0 lead against Adelaide United Youth. I'm not too sure who scored that. Maybe Spadavecchia. I'm just guessing that one. And Playford are 2-1.
Here's Martinello, the edge of the box, and goes wide.
So I just put my head down for a second.
That's all right.
Terrible co-commentating. Should have been quiet. So lucky there was no goal there. Yeah, Playford are 2-1 up against Campbelltown. I think trying to find out who scored there because it's just telling me it's 2-1. But yeah, that might be wrong too. But
well, I can tell you that the score on your screen at the moment is correct. It is 4-3 favouring West Adelaide. If you were a bit late getting back from half-time and were probably doubting that, then I'm here to reaffirm that. Croydon did get 2 back to start this half, so it's game on here. Just having a look at the live ladder as well. Comets' score is interesting because the team trailing West Adelaide still in the relegation zone at the moment. We'll come back to that in a moment, though. Here's Ivanic, who has a shot. He had Stam there calling for it, and he's asking, why didn't I get that? Not a bad pivot and shot, though, from Ivanic, and now it's Croydon hoping to counter. Slater will find himself over the end. He had a fair bit of ground to cover to find himself there. Here's Mullet in a bit of space, sends it central. Doesn't quite make it a Kato. Here's Trimboli though, the edge of the box. Will get a shot off. And a second as well, which goes wide.
Look, that's absolute tough determination by Ollie. He's just battled for that. Great ball over the top. Slattery got it. Just stayed nice and composed. Played it to his left back, Muller. Muller got the ball across. Cleared. Trimmers tried to create a yard. Created one. Had a shot. Came back to him. Had another shot and went just wide again. Westy's making a sub now. I think it's maybe a bit more of a, possibly more of an attacking mid slash. Yeah, an attacking mid. Oh, 2 midfielders are coming on and 2 midfielders are coming off. So Theo, be quiet. Just tell the subs. And just saying that, Playford, I think, have scored another goal. 3-1, it just says, in the RAA NPL. So goals galore And while we have a bit of a break, Cobras are 1-1 against Eastern United in the State League 1. Olympic and Cove are still 0-0. Raiders are 3-0 up against Adelaide Victory. Cumberland are 4-1 up against South Adelaide. Modbury and Blue Eagles are 1-1. And Salisbury United are 2-0 up against Fulham. You cannot pick that league.
Meanwhile, here, a couple of sets of fresh legs. It was Diego Dos Santos de Oliveira that comes on, along with Alex Simopoulos. What difference can they make coming in the last half hour or so of this fixture as Kirk clears? Just bringing up the ladder, not the live ladder, because the way scoring is going today, I don't quite trust it at the minute. But Adelaide Comets, if they do pick up 3 points, it does mean they put pressure on West Adelaide. And so it's just critical at the moment for West Adelaide to pick up all 3 points, and they'll be expecting that, especially given the fact that they've picked up all 3. Sturt Lions doing what they need to do with their significant lead against Para Hills at the moment, because they're in 10th spot before kickoff of this round. So otherwise they would have found themselves within striking distance of Adelaide Comets, I guess. Of course, we'll keep talking about the live ladder situation a little bit later as Clement crosses it. Trimboli's there. Comes a little bit late to the party though as West Adelaide clear. Ivanich has his hands full with a bit of a tussle with Blomapore, who beats Simopoulos, and now he's going for a bit of a run forward of his own.
Yeah, it's once again another basketball game. It's going up and down.
Here's Mapore. Manages to beat the Brazilian Diego Dos Santos de Oliveira. Trimboli! O'Donnell does well to send it out.
Good save by Jacko. Great move once again. Guys, if you haven't had the opportunity, come and watch a live game. Come and watch one now. There's still lots of time. We're only got a whole 29 minutes to go.
This is just what a game we are witnessing at the moment. Still anyone's, and corner will be a danger moment potentially for Croydon. Trimboli, Maport, and wow! 4-4. Incredible. Just wow.
Yeah, that was I thought I had the game of the year with Taubes, Burkalla Playford, but so far for 61 minutes, you have seen 8 goals. That must be some sort of record.
I didn't actually see who converted that one. Was it
Mapore?
Mapore. It's going to be really interesting picking standout players at the end of this game. I don't know what's going to happen. We might have to just,
No defensive players. Team of the week. Sorry. Just all attackers.
So 3 goals from West Adelaide in the first 15 minutes of the first half. 3 goals from Croydon in the first 15 minutes of the second half. I guess a goal from each thrown in the mix in the second part of the first half. We might see a dozen before the end of today. This is just incredible.
And Ollie Trimboli today has done everything except put the ball in the back of the net. He's goal off the line, missed save by Jacko. It's and I still think Riley and Maxim, if they get the chance, they look up.
6 different goal scorers so far this afternoon. Just incredible. Here's Styles. Trimboli finds Cato. Just trying to shake Dion Kirk. This will be a free kick the way of West Adelaide.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. There's a moment for us to pause so we can actually catch our breath. And they say that this game is boring. Goodness, it's, yeah. I'd rather watch a 0-0 in this beautiful game than, any other game. So, and there's still whole 27 minutes to go plus time on. So, like I said, I think Jaden's clocked up about 14 kilometres in the first half. His GPS.
Well, he's a young lad. He can deal with it. It's good for him.
I'm glad he's running and I'm not.
But Paul comes up. Eventually falls to Golan. He doesn't manage to evade Styles, though. But now the Brazilians on the ball. Diego Dos Santos de Oliveira. Brizio. Martinelli with a cute little ball to Slattery, who manages to evade a couple of players in white. Now it's Muller who gets on the end of that one from Martinello. Here's Slattery. Finds Cato. The flag is down as the cross comes in. Trimboli. The Kirk's there. And West Adelaide will clear, only as far as Styles though.
I just seeing that Croydon actually have a lot of these players very technically very, very good. Small in tight spaces are really good. I'll stop talking now.
Sends him, but the flag does go up this time.
Yeah, and they're really clicking into gear. They've clicked into gear. Slattery's been outstanding in this second half. He was doing really well. I mean, Ned Stoles has been getting on the board. Kato has been excellent. Klimek, captain, has been leading by example. Westies in the second half have been a bit backs to the wall, as you would be, but what more is this game? I was hoping for more goals, but wow.
8 so far isn't enough for you?
Hope my curse is to have more goals in the next game, not the 0-0, but that's okay. Still a wonderful game.
Just incredible. Captain Bologna throws it in. Oliver Trimboli was the intended target, but only gets as far as De Oliveira. Here's Stam. Whistle goes. And Muller's just...
May take the time to also mention that if you're in the car and you're watching this in the car, I hope you do have RAA insurance, because you do need to look at your screen correctly. It is 4-4. You don't want to have a car accident, so make sure that mobile device is not, you're not looking at it while you're driving. We've also got a bit of a score update. Adelaide United are now 1-1 with Comets. Playford are 4-1 up, if that is correct. I just got a bit of a goal update here. Braden French, Christos Penendez, Patrick McGregor once again, and the person whose name is Goal. They scored on the 70th minute. So
new signing for Playford maybe.
There are goals in every game. Wonderful.
Martinello sends it forward looking for his captain. Trimboli again floating dangerously in the area. Jackson O'Donnell, West Adelaide's captain, just taking a moment here. Looked over the top to find Fabrizio. Ivanic does get his touch first, but it goes out of play. Will be a West Adelaide throw-in though. Croydon throw-in, rather.
Disappointed for the result this morning with Australia, but not disappointed with the goals on display today. That's for sure.
Diego dos Santos de Oliveira spills to Trimboli. Here's Styles back on the ball, and now he spills it back. Here's Golan. Finds Simopoulos, who sends it forward. Even it should get to this first. Margush does well, just sits off enough that he had time to judge that and saves it. A little bit of a dangerous throw there, but Vivian does manage to get enough of a touch on it to put it out of play.
Yeah, that was an absolutely brilliant ball by Timopoulos. And Maxim, he thought he saw a gap. Margush came out and narrowed the gap really well. And made an excellent save. Goalkeeper of the year.
Martinello.
Goalkeeper of the year for a reason. Made a good save there, stopping another goal from going in. And yeah, the score remains at 4-4. I don't think for long though.
Certainly doesn't feel like it. Muller finds Vivian, who spots Cato on the right-hand side. Possession really seems to be favouring Croydon at the moment, but West Adelaide is so dangerous on the bounce as the ball comes in, and Oliver Trimboli still struggling to try add to his tally, isn't he?
Well, his father will probably be saying that's karma for teasing me at the charity match, saying that I was going to score 4 goals. No, his father would be quite disappointed that he hasn't scored any goals today, but he's done everything right. Ball getting himself in the right position, so sometimes football is like that.
Here's Golan. Back to Banjak. Bomapor so well to win that. Tried to slip it to Slattery, but it's a little bit too small a gap to find its way through. Dobrovolsky. He's got Cato and Klimek to get past, and he managed to find Fabrizio amongst all of that. Here's Simopoulos, Bomber again. Although it's spilled straight back to West Adelaide. Here's Banjak. Golden again. Simopoulos may have a shot and does, but takes a deflection of Vivian.
Yeah, you could probably see why there are 4 goals being conceded from both teams today. There's space in abundance. Whoever the defensive coaches are for both teams, going to have a stern word by the head coaches today. But it's you defend from your striker. So and you.
Well won by Cato. Got a Peritrimboli's on attack now. Oliver has another go. It's Jackson O'Donnell now. It's Cato. He's got Styles there asking for it in the middle, but it's spilled, and Fabrizio sends it to Stan, who spills possession. He is fouled though, so wins the free kick.
An excellent save once again. Margush made an excellent save to stop the 5th goal from going in. Jackson made an excellent stop from getting the 5th goal for Croydon getting in. Although Luca will not have his brother on the Christmas card list. It was an easy square across to his brother, but you actually want your strikers to be a bit selfish, but you know, it's hasn't been working for Ollie so far, but it's like I said, still time.
De Oliveira finds Gollan. Be careful not to give him too much space here, Croydon, and just give him too much time on the ball. Murati goes back to De Oliveira. Ball eventually comes in, but there's no one there running onto it for West Adelaide. Daniel Margush now chooses Muller. Slattery goes to ground. A little bit of a shout from the crowd, and Jaden Betterman has the whistle to his lips. It will be a foul paid to Croydon. Slattery is on the ground at the moment, nursing his right knee, it looks like. Hydration break sponsored by RAA. Chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member. RAA, unofficial hydration break, of course.
Absolutely.
In this 70th minute on the One World LED and Sportal Systems scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. I think the players deserve a bit of a drinks break after just all the action we've seen, both in the first half and the electric first, however many minutes it's been in this 25 minutes, I think we're.
Well, as a past coach, I must say one thing. Players are the reasons why many coaches have heart attacks. Not life, not balance, not work-life balance, players. This game would have caused lots of grief.
There's another little moment of grief there. I think we need to book both George Sosonis and Ben Cockrell in for an ECG after this.
Would be interesting. You know what would be a good thing to have heart rates on the coaches during the game. Being 4-1 down or being 3-0 up, and you know, really interesting. The Westies coaching group is actually having a bit of a chat at the moment.
They've already made those 2 substitutions, and it looks like Croydon may be readying one as well. Oliver Birkin is at his feet, just putting the GPS in. Just to keep him honest, make sure he's getting enough Ks, otherwise he'll be doing some laps after the final whistle.
Yep, they get him to chase Jaden for a game. It was head-on-head contact, people. Just relax. Head knocks a very dangerous part of our game, so.
Actually, it's going to be a double substitution for Croydon, in fact, and as well as Oliver Birkin. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong team list. It's James Polly. I was thinking, hold on a second. James Polly and Nathan Owen getting ready to come on for Croydon. Can't see any movement on the West Adelaide bench at the moment. There are 4 remaining subs, all just in the warm-up zone. O'Donnell sends it long, and Klimek comes to claim a header. Trimboli again. O'Donnell wastes no time in coming out to claim it. It ends up being a three-way collision, but they all get up, although Trimboli seems to be suffering the after effects of that.
Yeah, I think it was a football collision. I think one person was running the other. I think Slattery's really struggling here. Combination of maybe a corky, cramp. Yeah. Counting 8 goals.
Long throw from Klimek, and O'Donnell, who's been kept pretty busy in the second half, finds himself looking for another clearance.
You know what? The goalkeepers may not come in the top 3 players for today, but they've actually made some really good saves. Surprising.
Yeah, they've been kept incredibly. Yeah, when we talk about standout players, it's going to be a really difficult one today. But I mean, on the score sheet, we've got Murati striking twice. We've got 6 different scorers. And here's that double substitution for Croydon, and it's Vivian and Martinello that come on to make way for James Polly and Nathan Owen.
I think Polly's come on the left and Muller's gone as a centre back. And Slattery's still on. Battling on. Soldiering on with Codrell.
A bit of confusion there, but they eventually clear. There's Styles. Finds Slattery. Ivanic lets that go and ends up being turned over as Bomberpaw finds Lukasz Klimek. Here's Kato. Trimboli again. Will he get on the score sheet today? Who knows? And it's cleared by Golan. Only as far as Captain Bologna again, Lukasz Klimek.
I'll put my coach's hat on. What should I see? Well, I want Westies to be a bit more patient, and then when you get in the final third, be a bit more brave. In Croydon, what do I want them to do? Just keep on playing the way they're playing.
So they're in the box seat at the moment, Croydon, that's for sure. Just before then, Ivanic being creative with that touch, but gave himself a little bit too much to do. But here come West Adelaide coming forward again.
Yeah, their wide players are doing.
Flag goes up.
Croydon wide players have been doing lots of damage. I think we might be seeing Slattery coming off now. He's better on. He's done extremely well in this half.
Yeah, he's in one of my best players, among the best players for me last week, and he's been great this game too. And Alexander Good coming on late. Well, you know, he doesn't mind scoring a late goal. We said so much before that we're going to see a couple more, didn't we? And since we made that call, we haven't seen any more. But Alexander Good will try to do something about that, especially if Croydon managed to keep this momentum that they've got at the moment. But West Adelaide, we know how dangerous they can be on the counter, especially with the likes of Stam and Ivanic.
Oh, we've only seen 8 goals and there's still a whole 12, 13 minutes to go.
Goes over the top and Kirk is able to clear.
My message to, I'd be sending a runner out to Ollie. Ollie, get yourself in a really good position. When you square up to goals, pass it to your brother.
Murati.
Just for today.
Fabrizio. Luca Trimboli. And here's Yuya Kato. Again, we mentioned it before. Switch sides between these two teams, being an instrumental part of West Adelaide's promotion from State League One, and now being a prolific goal scorer for Croydon. West Adelaide seem to be just wrestling back control of things at the moment. Ball over the top, looking for Stan, but he'll get there second.
Just saying, didn't anticipate the the centre back winning it so quick. Lots of players in Dussels holding each other's tops. Referee just allowing the play to go on. Both players are doing it.
Here's Stam. Muller comes in. To cut his space. He's good. Dispossessed by Luka Dobrovolsky, who we were a little bit concerned about in the lead up to the half time after he went to ground and seemed to be suffering the after effects of a hit on his shoulder. But
yeah, he looked a bit, probably the first 5 minutes of that half, he looked timid, not sure. Probably does favour a little bit, but he won't show it. He'll feel it after the game though, if it's sore.
It's a problem for them.
Yeah.
Sent down the line, it just goes over the top of Luca Trimboli. Good. Gives De Oliveira a little bit of a help off the pitch. Jackson O'Donnell now will take his time with the goal kick. Of course, they do have limited time now to dispose of the ball when they do collect it in general play, but goal kick, they haven't got the same time restraints that they've implemented in the World Cup as of yet. It'll be interesting to see for next season if any of those new rules come into effect. Trimboli was looking for his brother in that instance, but doesn't get there quickly enough. Now it's West Adelaide coming forward.
Yeah, a lot of the supporters are actually a little bit upset that Ollie slightly overpassed that one, but he's getting himself in the right position to getting the ball. Just execution.
I wonder if Oliver Trimboli will see out this game, only because he has been coming on late generally. So we're 79 minutes in now, just ticked over 80 on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard. So a lot more game time for him. I'm not commenting that his fitness isn't good enough, because he's still having an effect at this late stage and still hunting for that next goal. But what will Croydon's bench, I guess, be thinking with regards to how he can see out the last 10 minutes or so? De Oliveira finds Stam.
You'd be surprised. You've actually lasted 80 minutes. And it's the last 10 minutes. I know it's hectic, but you'll be surprised the energy that you get.
Stam. Ivanic goes up. Here's Fabrizio. Well, they're hunting to prove our earlier prophecy that we're going to see more goals correct. Muller clears it. Luca Trimboli making sure that Jackson O'Donnell feels his presence as Polly goes up.
That was a really good effort there by Connor. He had no right to win that header, but put pressure on Nick Polly, and Polly headers it out.
I just saw something quite comical there. Obviously you're watching on YouTube on FSA Leagues at home. As that ball went out, the whole Croydon bench rose at the same time to claim that throw in, which just about sealed the fact that it must have been a West Adelaide throw in there.
Yeah.
Here's Ivanic. He finds Simopoulos in a little bit of space. Nice ball slip through to Ivanic, who shoots. And Markush called to action again. He's been kept so busy today, as has O'Donnell over the other side. And now it will be a corner.
They're trying to sneak their way in their top three today, the goalkeepers. Goodness gracious. Markush has made 2 absolute cracker saves, and then as Jacko has as well. So I think they'll be buying each other a beer tonight.
Sent in. Ivanic goes up for it, and that was another dangerous ball that goes out. Both teams trying to claim it, and it will be a goal kick. Or will it? Dion Kirk snatching the ball out of Daniel Margush's hands, and
okay, so people just need to calm down. He just took reference from his lineman. He took time. He didn't allow the goal kick to happen. Just used his brains. Linesman signaled something and said something else, so he changed it. Relax.
Back into play, and that one just goes wide.
It's okay. It's I do like a little bit of patience there by the referees, you know.
I think just the sort of game it is, though, just both sides on edge. You know, for West Adelaide, they've found themselves 3-0 up and they've squandered that lead, you know. And on the side of Croydon, they're just wanting to be able to pull that robbery and snatch all 3 points here. So both supporters just really on edge at the moment. Kirk gets their header to it, only as far as Owen, and that's a nice ball through to Good, who's just a little bit poor with that first touch. Still gets a shot off. Trimboli, again, just getting enough of a sniff of it, but not enough to release a shot in that instance. Klimek finds Cato, but it goes out. This will be a Croydon throw-in.
Well, Paul's gone, decided to be another midfielder, and while he's there, he's being an assistant coach and asking the linesman, the assistant referee, how long is there left to go?
Change coming for West Adelaide, and it's going to be James Odenwalder that comes on. He was one of the changes for West Adelaide going into this game, and he comes on at this late stage. It looks like, is that even? No, is that Stam that's come off on the other?
Is that Dobrovolsky?
Dobrovolsky?
Yeah, with his shoulder, maybe Luka Dobrovolsky.
Yeah, I think you might be right, yeah. Throw-in comes in. Trombola gets the first touch to it, but it goes out. It will be another corner kick.
Yes.
Wow.
You are entitled to have a breath.
Oh, jeez. What a 84 and a half minutes it has been. Styles. Good is front and centre in front of O'Donnell now, and it's Banjak that comes up and gets the clearing headed to it. And West Adelaide will try to cook something up on the rebound as Murati keeps it in. Now it's Murati, Nate Dash down the wing. He's got Ivanic central, who he finds. Simopoulos also floating forward, but Muller does well. Styles actually, just to correct myself. Now we're going the other way. Yuya Kato should get a shot on this. Doesn't. Odenwalder sort of came in and checked him on the way through and did enough to deny, and Croydon bench up and about. I actually don't think.
Yeah, I don't actually think it was worth a penalty. Okay, he maybe touched his arm, but it's not a. I don't actually think it's a free kick.
I mean, I'm not a ref, so don't take this as reference for, you know, what the rule is, but, you know, it has to be a pretty clear goal-denying opportunity to pay the pen, and I don't think it was that. But having said that, if I was in that opinion, I'd probably be calling for the pen as well, safe to say.
Well, actually, did have coached women's football for the last couple of years, and they're so honest. They don't fall over ever, even when they kicked in the box. So if it was any type of, he should have just gone down.
Vinic. Oh, wow.
Could that be the goal?
West Adelaide go 5-4 up in the 86th minute. And that goal might have been the best at all. Ivanic on a tight angle.
Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. That's ninth goal. You have read right. It is 5-4. Guys, I still think there's time for a goal. Not that we haven't had enough, but what an absolute cracker finish by Maxine. An absolute cracker. Perfect.
This is just incredible. What a game this has been.
And I'm really disappointed because the only one that's taken gloss off it is Sturt. Actually, I'm not disappointed. They've gone 6-0 up in the 89th minute. Comets and Adelaide Youth are now 1-1. Campbelltown is still 4-1.
My apologies, just having the same scoring issues that have been niggling on us all afternoon. Can confirm West Adelaide getting the 9th goal of this afternoon to make it 5-4.
And the Westie's going to make a sub now. I'm not too sure. Yeah, Riley's going to come off. Good idea. Probably one less body up top. Crowd the middle of the park. Deny Croydon any more chances. You know, I was talking about how Salisbury were 2-0 up against Fulham. Now they're 2-2. There are goals galore in every single game. Cove and Olympic were also 0-0. Olympic are now 2-0 up.
It's a day for drama, isn't it?
Yes, good luck with the Football SA editing team this week. Might need a longer song.
Kirk goes up, now it's with Kato. Back to Klimek. Cross comes, but it takes a deflection on the way in. 88 minutes are gone. Again, apologies for the incorrect score on your screen. If you've just disappeared, then come back. 5-4 the score favouring West Adelaide. Got the first 3 goals of this affair inside of the first 15 minutes and potentially the last most critical one. Croydon shouting again. Here's Owen. Ivanich dashing forward now. They just had to wait to pass that ball forward to time the run and stay on side to Marco Grelli, but the flag has gone up.
Yeah, if he had released that a whole 1 second earlier, it wouldn't have been offside because it would have been in his own half. And I believe that West Adelaide probably would have gone 2v1 with the goalkeeper. But now, long ball into the box time. So we're at the 92nd minute. There has to be at least 4 minutes of time on. Luca Fabrizio just pushing his body to the end there, cramping up. Only got a couple of minutes left, son. Just keep on battling away.
And the way things are going, it wouldn't surprise me if we do see a late equaliser.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone sitting below us would like me putting that into the air, but it's just been the sort of game where it's just been absolutely insane. O'Donnell will pick this up and he'll only have 8 seconds to get rid of it, but Jaden Betterman, our referee today, only manages to put his hand up to indicate the 5 before they get it back into play. Here's Grelli. Tries to slip it through to Ivanich, but now it's Croydon back on the bounce again. Styles plays it over the top. Good. Seemed momentarily like he was going to be a beneficiary of a bit of a loose touch from Ali Murati. This will be a West Adelaide throw-in.
Yeah, well, I've been speechless as well. It's been unbelievable. Going one side, go the other side, go one side, go the other side. It's absolutely unbelievable. And like I said, go and enjoy your local football. You know, you talk about the A-League, but local football where stars are born, this is where you're going to come and watch them, you know, and you're entertained. You might often see the 0-0 draw, but you know, there's pure passion and lots of spirit, and a future Socceroos is going to come from these leagues. So go out and support them when you can.
Well, one of these clubs, of course, the former home to Mo Toure. In fact, when he was most recently in Australia, saw on social media that he visited his former club as well, which is, it's great to see that these players maintain the relationship with their childhood clubs. Awa Mobile played as a junior with Playford City. Nestoria and Kunda, of course, Adelaide Croatia Raiders. Here's Polly. Bomberport floating around there, gets ahead to it. Generated a little bit of power off it, but the flag has gone up and that's gone wide and high anyway.
And it has finished at Playford 4-1 there.
Adelaide United Youth tied up with Adelaide Comets, and still more games to come tonight. FK Big Rat hosting West Torrens Bacala. In fact, they'll only be minutes away from kickoff, 5 o'clock. You can turn straight over to that one on FSA Leagues once we're done. Of course, that's if you're not heading over there to check out the game yourself. And a little bit later tonight, a little bit of a northeastern suburbs derby We have a lot of northeastern suburbs derby.
The Italian derby. The Italian derby.
Another one of.
You can call it the pizza derby. The pasta derby.
We are, of course, talking about Adelaide City and Metro Stars set for 7 o'clock kickoff at Adelaide City Park in Oakton.
Cannoli derby.
Cannoli derby.
For those sweet tooths like me.
It's Nathan Owen that has gone to ground.
Now the Greeks have the Euros derby, the charcoal derby.
The Bugazza derby.
The Bugazza derby. So, yeah.
I was about to say a bad word there, but I won't say that.
No. Please don't.
Styles goes short, and then he sends that second ball in. Bomber Paws floating around there again. Gets another head to it. Wow! 5-all. Absolutely incredible. What a spectacle we have witnessed so far. We predicted 10 goals at one point this afternoon, didn't we?
Yeah.
And now we are 5-all. Thanks to Croydon equalising. This is just absolutely incredible.
It's like I'm speechless. I wanted goals today, but I didn't want 5-all. Wow. Wowzers. West Adelaide will be so upset after that winner. You would have thought Maxim would have got the winner, but look, they're not champions for no reason. Incredible fight back. They were 4-1 down. Let's not forget that. To come back.
And that's pretty impressive. You may have heard the announcement over the loudspeaker. I was just waiting for confirmation of it. Freddie Muller, the one that scored. So he's been kept very busy.
Both sides.
Out the back. Yeah, now having that decisive, well, potentially decisive equalising goal. I mean, we can't speak too soon now because the way we're going, may see something happen late as Golan sends it over the top. Ivanic has Bolmapore to deal with, and Bolmapore's the one that gets the touch, although he goes to ground after. Ivanic getting involved again. Still not out of danger yet, Croydon.
Is it the end of scoring? That's the question that we have.
We can't say anything too soon yet. Jaden Betterman, I haven't seen him peek at the watch yet. As that set back in, and Muller now getting involved with some defensive clearances, but not overly convincing. Whistle goes. It wasn't the final whistle. It's going to be a free kick the way of Croydon, and their bench just protesting. It looks like they wanted to play on there. Styles bangs it forward. Here's Oliver Trimboli, and that was a very well-timed slide from Ali Murati. Throw in taken by Polly, falls to the head of Good, and Jackson O'Donnell, again, he's on the timeline, just 8 seconds to get rid of this after taking it under control. Has he resigned to the fact that we're going to see a draw, despite West Adelaide going 3-0 up at a very early stage? Despite just one of the most exciting games you'll ever see. Here's Barkowski, and it goes out. The whistle goes again, and it's going to be a throw-in. 90, pushing 97 minutes, according to my clock.
I said at least 4 or 5 minutes. Wowzers.
That was 2 goals ago.
We've actually had enough goals to win 4 games. 10 to be 10 1-0 wins.
Ali Murati going to get a little bit of treatment here at this late stage. Fortunately for him, just looks like a little bit of cramp, which you absolutely expect at this stage of this game. And just the output of these two teams. Dare I ask who your standouts have been today, or are you just going to look back at me blankly, which is probably what I'd give you if you asked me the same question?
Look, in the first half, I would say, Maxim and Riley were just like, and Kesh, those 3 really blew my mind. Second half, Slattery, Kato, Captain Klimek leading by example. Well, have I missed somebody there? Clearly have.
You could rattle off half the team, I think.
Goalkeepers have made contributions, goal-saving, unbelievable saves.
It's just the sort of game, I think, that at the end of it, we even spoke a little bit earlier about what the coaches will be saying when they go into the rooms at the end of this game. I think after everything that we've seen, after the final whistle goes, I mean, you just have to go in and just digest what we've witnessed here.
Yeah.
10 goals, absolutely incredible.
My sum up of this is that Westies will be very disappointed to be 4-1 up and not take the 3 points. If you look back at it, they were happy with 1 because they could have easily been none. Croydon, wow, 4-1 down, showed true spirit, lots of attacking intent. Take your hat off to both coaches, Football won today.
We said it at the start, both of these teams had so much to fight for, just given the patchy form that they've had. 3 points, so critical, I guess, in some way. Although, after a game like that where you see the lead swing, big goal tally, sometimes it does feel like a little bit of an anticlimax to end up with shared points. But is it fair to say that that's a fair result?
Yeah, look, I think when it's 5-5, you got to think that your goalkeepers or any defenders wouldn't get your players of the match. You'd think they'd have to go to a striker or a midfielder, a creative midfielder. So I'm not going to. I'm going to sit and think about it. Go back and watch the game myself, and then probably do a 3-2-1 with Simon and trying to work out who our best 3 is. But look, like I said, I think football won today. There was enough chances to win another couple more games, So thank you for watching, and thanks for allowing me to invite myself again, Simon.
It was a pleasure. It's always a little bit more enjoyable when you're going through the roller coaster of emotions of a game. It's certainly been one of those today. I hope you enjoyed it. Got a couple more games still to come for you on FSA leagues. We should be underway at Frank Mitchell Park, FK Beergrad against West Torrens Bacalla, the top of the table, West Torrens Bacalla. Then, of course, the Cannoli Derby, as we have decided to dub it, Adelaide City and Metro Stars with the 7 o'clock kickoff tonight. Time for us to sign off. We're going to catch our breath. Theo, thank you for joining me again.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll catch you next time.